We all have periods of time when we feel less energetic and struggle to find motivation. It is common to feel this way on occasion, but when these moments start becoming more frequent or last for longer periods of time, we might start seeing ourselves differently. Our goals become less important, we find it difficult to feel inspired, and we might start wondering if we are capable. We may even start calling ourselves lazy. Being lazy just means you want to expend as little effort as possible, and who in their right mind would want to spend extra time or energy where it's not warranted? Of course, being lazy is also problematic. If you're feeling lazy and unmotivated, you won't take proactive action on achieving your goals, and you may struggle in both your personal and professional life. In this video we are going to talk about 9 steps to get over laziness and stop being unmotivated. But first, welcome to Recite channel, and be sure to subscribe with the bell on. 1. Understand your source of laziness or lack of motivation. Take the time to understand the roots of your laziness and lack of motivation. This is one of the most challenging steps to take, but also one of the most important. To find out the source of your lack of motivation, you have to understand your own motivation style first. To do that, take the free assessment, What's Your Motivation Style? So you know what you can do to maximize the strengths of your motivation style. Take the assessment now. If you can figure out what's making you feel lazy and unmotivated, you can find a way to prevent or mitigate the effect. For example, do you always feel unmotivated at a certain time of day? Do feelings of laziness creep in when you don't have work that challenges you? Stress is a common source of a lack of motivation. 57% of high-stress employees feel unproductive, compared to 10% of low-stress employees. Pay attention to your environment, the time of day, the people around you, and the type of work you're doing. Chances are, there's a pattern. 2. Break your personal cycles. In many cases, laziness is a byproduct of habit, either directly or indirectly, and this is especially true if you find yourself feeling lazy around the same time of day or in the same circumstances. Accordingly, you can reduce your feelings of laziness by simply breaking your habits and cycles. This is especially important if you work from home or if you're stuck in the same office every day. Consider working in a new environment, giving yourself different working hours, or even dressing differently. Any major change can have a positive effect on you. 3. Set more reasonable goals. Sometimes, people are lazy because the goals they've set for themselves are too intimidating. For example, let's say it's a hot day and you've set a goal to run outside for 10 miles. That's a tall order even for an accomplished runner. So naturally, you'll procrastinate and dread beginning the exercise. But what if you reduced your goal to a 2-mile run? It would be much easier to summon the motivation to go, and 2 miles is certainly better than 0 miles. Use SMART goal criteria to set appropriate goals for yourself, and don't be afraid to lower the intensity of your goals if you're feeling unmotivated. 4. Accomplish something small. Feeling accomplished is a tremendous motivator. If you can accomplish something and feel good about it, that positive energy will continue onto your next endeavor, even if it's something you dread doing. You can optimize your workload or even your day for this. Choose a small, easily accomplishable task at the beginning of your day to begin your momentum. One of my favorite productivity tips is if something takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now. The 5-second rule is similar. If you have an impulse to do something productive, you have 5 seconds to act on that impulse. Take advantage of those fleeting feelings of productivity and don't hesitate to act on them. If you find yourself stuck in the middle of the day, find something to do that will make you feel good, even if it means deviating from your usual plan. 5. Shut down the escape routes temporarily. Just sitting down at, for example, your computer and trying to do fully focused work for 5 or 20 minutes may not result in any work of importance getting done. Not if you don't remove those things that you usually use to procrastinate. So ask yourself, where do I usually escape to instead of doing my work? For some people might be smartphones and checking Instagram, Twitter, or random internet browsing. You can put your phone in silent mode and put it at the other end of our home when you work. By setting up that small physical obstacle, you avoid the phone trap maybe 95% of the time. 6. Set a reward for yourself. Most of us find ourselves much more motivated when there's a reward at the end of a daunting journey. The next time you find yourself feeling lazy or unmotivated in the face of a tough task, plan to give yourself a reward. For example, you can treat yourself to a snack, splurge on a new product, or just take an extended break. 7. Surround yourself with motivated people. Attitudes and energy tend to be contagious. If you're surrounded by lazy people who frequently complain and generally have a pessimistic outlook, it's going to be impossible not to share the same negative feelings. Conversely, if you're surrounded by peppy, optimistic, highly motivated people, you'll feel more motivated yourself. Seek these people out however you can by selectively hiring them, engaging with them in a group, or even passively consuming the content they create. 8. Set awareness alarms. If you're like most people, you at least occasionally find yourself in a lazy rut, not because of a conscious decision, but because of an unconscious default. For example, you might check Twitter impulsively, scrolling past 100 tweets before even realizing the phone is in your hand, or you might simply stare off into space. You can combat this by setting awareness alarms. These alarms go off at periodic intervals, at times of your choosing, but preferably erratic. When they go off, take a moment to think about what you're doing. Is this productive? What should you be doing instead? 9. Channel your laziness into something productive. Believe it or not, being lazy can actually help you be more productive. How? By encouraging you to find low-effort solutions that still solve your problems. Remember, productivity isn't about how much effort you expend, but about how much you can get done. Laziness could encourage you to develop an algorithm or buy an app that automates a task that takes too much of your time. Ultimately, this allows you to achieve more in less time while demanding less effort. The same is true for hiring additional staff or delegating tasks to people who can handle them more efficiently. Thanks for watching, and we hope you liked the video. Tell us in the comments, what do you do to stop being unmotivated?